Hello, good morning, students. Welcome to Uma Devi Children Academy. So, today we are going to discuss about the new topic, that is universal indicator. Universal indicator means it is a type of mixture of color. It is a color mixture. It is a type of color mixture which is used to identify the strength of acid as well as strength of base. Right, students? Its work similarly as the work pH paper. Right, students? So definition students, mixture of many different indicator or dye which gives the different color with different pH value, entire pH scale, called as universal indicators. Right, students? The mixture of the many indicators, the whatever this universal indicator is there, universal indicator means which is made from the many indicators. In our lab, the methyl orange, it is a type of indicator, methylene blue, it is a type of indicator, phenol red, it is a type of indicator. So two or more than two mixture of indicators are mixed to prepare one of the unique indicator, that is we called as universal indicator. Right, students? So what is the use of universal indicator? Universal indicators are used for to determining the strength of acid as well as base. Right, students? So pH of the solution depend upon the hydrogen ion concentration. So universal indicator shows different color for different hydrogen ion concentrations. So universal indicator, the whatever this indicator is there, this indicator which is available in the liquid form. It is not a type of the paper, it is not of a solid, it is a liquid substance. Universal indicator is a liquid substance. So this liquid indicator we are adding to the different substance which gives the different color. That different color, if we are matched with the pH paper or pH scale, then we have to know that the what is the acidic strength or basic strength of solution. Right, students? So let's see here the pH paper I mentioned here. The pH paper 1 to 14s are there here. So in this paper we are having the many liquids. We are having some juice here, lemon juice, tomato juice, milk, egg, and the milk of magnesia and the bleach. Right, students? We have this liquids. So we want to know that the what is the pH of this solution. What is the pH of this solution? Then in that case, what we have to do? Just we have to add the drop of universal indicator to this solution. Like the students, here we are using the example. The battery pH is 1, lemon juice pH is 2. So respective color, it gives the dark red color, it is gives the red color. And the orange juice pH is 3. Tomato juice pH is 4. Coffee pH is 5. Milk pH is 6. Water is 7. Yesterday we had discussed the water is neutral 7. Egg is 8. And the salt is 9. Then ammonia is 11. And the bleach is 12. Next the drain cleaner, which the pH is 13. Right. So these are the pH of the respective solutions. The pH we are mentioned here, the different pH are mentioned in this solution. So in this all the solution in which if you add the universal indicator, it gives the respective solutions. What are the color here mentioned? it gives that such respective color. Right students, it gives respective color. Understood? So by knowing the pH, describe after the knowing color, then we have to describe the is it strong acid or weak acid, strong base and weak base. We have decide here the is strong acid, weak acid, strong base or weak base. We have to decide these things, right? If the pH can be appears from 1 to 3, that is a strong acid. From 3.1 to 6.9, weak acid. 7 is neutral. Again 7.1 to 10, that is weak acid, weak base. 10.1 to 14, strong base. Right students? So these are the through the with the help of color we have to identify that the is it strong acid or weak acid, is it strong base or weak base, we are identified that. Right students? Look at here students, I am using here the pH solution. Here the acids are there. Here these are acids. Okay students, look at here students. Here these all are acids. These all are base. And here these all are universal indicators. Right. So I am using here this the left hand side all are acids, right hand sides all are base, and the central is the universal indicators. So look at here students, so this is the one of the example of universal indicator, that is the phenolphthalein indicator. The phenolphthalein is the most commonly we are used, that is phenolphthalein indicator, which is act as a universal indicators. Universal indicator means which is can be used instead of some other indicators. It is used for all the chemical reactions. It is used for the all the chemical reaction identification purpose. Right students? Okay, the universal indicators. So when this phenolphthalein are adding to this phenolphthalein are added to the acid, there is no change in color. Phenolphthalein added to the acid, there is no change in color. Phenolphthalein added to the base, it turns into pink. Right students? Methyl orange. Methyl orange, it is an orange color students. This methyl orange added to the acid, it turns pink, or you may say red color. When methyl orange added to the base, it turns into yellow. Right students? Similarly, if here use the thymol blue, added to the acid, it turns into pink. Thymol blue added to the base, it turns into this is the what, dark blue color. And bromomethyl blue added to the acid, it turns yellow. Bromomethyl added to base, it turns into light blue color. Phenol red added to acid, it turns into light yellow color. Phenol red added to the base, it turns into pink color. So different indicator react with acid, it gives different color. Why it gives different color? Because indicators are made up from the different dyes. Different dyes mean different color mixtures. Right. So when these color mixtures are react with hydrogen ions in the acid, it gives different color. If hydrogen ions are more, then it turns red color, bright red color. When hydrogen concentration is less, it may be turns into yellow, right, or it may be turns into pink, right students? So hydrogen concentration react with the universal indicator. Hydrogen concentration decide the color of the acids. Understood students? So one example here, I am using here the acid, that is sulfuric acid. I am using here in this beaker. I am using the sulfuric acid. In this sulfuric acid, if you are adding the universal indicator, few drops of universal indicator through a dropper. This is a dropper students. Through a dropper we are adding. Then when we add the universal indicator to this colorless sulfuric acid, it turns into complete reddish color. It turns into red color. So red color you may match with the pH scale. Then you got it is the strong acidic nature. Right students? So this color you may match with the acid. Similarly, if you use the base, that is sodium hydroxide in which we are add the few drops of universal indicator, then the colorless solution turns into violet. Colorless NaOH solution turns into violet. So that indicate the sodium hydroxide, which is the basic nature. When you this color you may match it with the pH scale. The violet color exists on the pH 14. The pH 14 is the pH 14 is the basic nature. It is a strong basic nature. So sodium hydroxide added to universal indicator, the colorless sodium hydroxide turns into violet. So violet indicate it is a strong basic nature. So one more option is there students. One more option, if in your lab sometime universal indicator is not available. If universal indicator is not available means you may go for the indicator paper. Indicator paper nothing but a paper is there, the white paper which is available in the laboratory. These indicator papers are coated with the universal indicator. So it is indicator paper, right? So in your lab, when you use the solution, when you are using the type of the solution, so in this solution you may dip the pH paper. Students, the pH paper you may dip pH paper. After dipping pH paper you may remove, then the pH paper color turns into red, dark red. Then dark red. If it is dark red means it is the acidic nature, right? If acidic nature, if you are using the solution in which you are dip the pH paper, then remove pH paper from the solution, it turns into violet color. If it is violet means it is the basic nature, base. It is the base students. Right students? So indicator paper, it acts as a pH paper only. So adding acid base solution, find the pH value. We have to find the pH value with the help of indicator paper. So sometime we are different type of indicator we are using here. The litmus solution indicator are used either in the form of solution, the universal indicator paper. So sometime if indicator paper is also not available, we have to use the litmus solution. So litmus solution, it is a type of universal indicator which is also used for the determine the strength of acid and base purpose, we have to use here litmus solution paper. Right, students? So color produced indicator paper then matched with the pH chart. Right. The color produced on the indicator paper matched with the pH chart. Whatever chart is there, na students, 1 to 14, 1 to 14 chart is there, na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this, the 14, 1 to 14 charts. In this chart, when the pH paper or the litmus paper you may dip it into the solution, the whatever the color you got, you may match with this respective paper, match with the respective color, then you got the solution pH here. Right, friends? So in this method you have to determine the strong acid is a strong acid or weak acid. Right, friends? So one example here, students, the putting a drop of the universal indicator paper turns dark red, then will be 0, hence it is strong. Dark red, it means the pH is 0, then it is strong acid. If the paper is so dark red, then it becomes strong acids. Right, students? Okay, here the example. What are the above explanations I given, students? Here I given the diagrammatical I am explaining here. So students, we are using the indicator paper. If in our lab liquid indicator is not available, in that case we have to use here this indicator paper. So this is the indicator paper. Right, students? So this indicator paper are dipped into the acid. If indicator dipped in the acid, then remove the paper and this color you may match with the respective color. Here it match with 1, so it is a strong acids. Again, the pH paper dipped into the base is the violet color, you may match with here, it becomes the 14. Right, students? No, sorry, I think 13 I think, right? 13 or 14, right? If you are using the pH paper dipped into water, it is slightly green color, it means it is the neutral. May match with here, it is neutral. So the whatever above explanations are there, that explanations are we are discussed through this diagram. Understood, students? Okay, students, here we are discussing here the when the base is weak. When base is weak here, okay, students, when the putting the drop of solution in a universal indicator, the solution which pH is 4, that is weak acid. If it dark red, already previous class we have discussed, dark red it is a strong acid. It is orange, it is weak acid, right? Similarly, weak acid gives blue color and the highly basic means strong base gives violet color. Highly, or you may write here strong, both are correct, highly or strong. Right, students? So one thing you keep in your mind, the strong acid pH 0 or 1, which is the dark red color, dark red. If it is weak acid pH 4, that is just orange color. Right, students? Similarly, base, strong base, it is the gives violet color, and the weak base gives blue color. Right, students? Okay, importance of pH in our daily life. pH is used in our digestive system. pH is used in our digestive system. Last time this point we have discussed, when we are take the heavy food or oily food, chicken, muttons or some masala things we have to taken. In that case, the in our stomach already the HCl is exist. HCl, hydrochloric acid. If hydrochloric acids are react with the oily food, if you take the heavy oily food, then in our stomach HCl, the hydrogen concentrations are increases. HCl concentration increases, acidic level increases. Acidic level increases means we are feeling the acidity. We are feeling here acidity, and due to the acidity, the when person feeling the overeating the excess of acid, it causes the indigestion, right? The causes produces pain and irritation in our stomach. So in order to reduce that one, what we have to do in order to reduce that purpose, last time we have discussed in this one, indigestion, to rid the pain, to remove the pain, we have to take antacids like milk, soda, eno, like some other soft drinks we have to be used to reduce the acidity. Because this whatever the antacid is there, antacid contain hydroxyl ion concentration is high number. Hydroxyl ion is high number in our stomach. Hydrogen ion is high number. So hydrogen ions are neutralized by the hydroxyl ion present in the antacids. Right, students? Okay, pH change, tooth decay. Our mouth pH is 5.5, students. Our mouth pH is 5.5. When we take the sugar, then bacteria in our mouth is break down the sugar. When we take the chocolates, toffee, and some sweets, when we eat, the bacteria are break the sugar from our mouth. What are the sugar particles are stacked in our tooth, na? That the stacked particles are broken by the bacteria. So when it broken means the pH levels are decreases. pH level of the mouth is decreases. It pH reaches below 5.5. The pH 5.5 is accurate level of the pH, but pH level decrease below 5.5, then it causes the tooth decay. Tooth decay will start. Okay, students, what happened? Our mouth pH, our mouth is there, the mouth which contain the saliva, that mouth pH is 5.5. 5.5. Whenever we take some sugar and some other particles, some bacteria are always be on with our mouth. Then whenever we take the chocolate, toffee, and some sweet things, so then what happens, students? The bacteria are increases with the help of the sweet. Bacteria are started to grow up in our mouth with the help of sweet. So then the bacteria are developed means in our mouth pH levels are decreases. Bacteria are increases in our mouth means the pH level decrease. pH level decreases means the acidic levels are increases. Right, students? pH always we are discussed. The pH is less, it is more acidic. We are already discussed pH less, it is more acidic. pH high, it is less acidic. Right, students? So reason is tooth enamel has our layer, student. The tooth, whatever the layer is there, the tooth, that is the enamel. The tooth layer has made from the calcium phosphate. The tooth layer has made from the calcium phosphate, but it decay when the pH level is below 5.5. When the mouth level pH is 5.5, then it's okay, it's fine. But the bacteria are developed in our mouth means the pH level decrease. pH level decrease means acidic acidic strength is increased. Acidic strength increases means the tooth are going to be decay, because the calcium phosphate is present in our mouth. The calcium phosphate is the base which is stable at 5.5. When the pH level increases means the calcium phosphates are destroyed from our mouth, so that is we call the tooth decay. Right, students? So how to prevent the tooth decay? Tooth decay prevent by the, as the doctor has suggested to us, just you have to be brush at it twice in a day, or brush the tooth after the meals or before going to the bed. Because the many toothpaste contain the base, and many toothpaste contain the base, and in our mouth the acidic level is increases as bacteria increases. So bacteria are killed and maintain the neutralized by the pH of the mouth. So that's why you have to go for the brush. Right, students? So toothpaste, the pH is 8.0, which is the neutralize the acidic level from our mouth. And one more suggestion: eat less sugar, less ice cream, less chocolate. Plants and animal sensitive in pH changes. How plants and animal changes sensitive by change in pH? The first is the soil pH. The plant growth which is depend upon the soil of the pH of the soil. Second, the animal survival also depend upon the pH changes. Let's see one by one, students. Okay, students, whatever the soil is there, most of the soil grow when the pH is less than 7. When pH is less than 7, the soil which give the good product. Right, students? The soil in which whatever the plants are there, the planting would be good, or agriculture purpose, the agriculture purpose, that soil is good, whose soil pH is less than 7. Soil also affected. The soil fertility also decreases or increases by using the chemical fertilizers. Whatever the field is there, in our field, if you are use the excess of chemical fertilizers, nowadays people what they are doing to get the more easily get the product from the agricultural field, that purpose they are applying the some chemical fertilizers. That chemical fertilizers which be decrease the fertility of the soil. Fertility of the soil decrease means it may be acidic or it may be basic. Right, students? So pH acidic soil reaches to the low 4, reaches to 4, or basic soil reaches to the 8.3. The acidic soil can reaches to the pH 4 or it up to the 8.3. In that condition, the chemical added to adjust the pH. If the soil fertility rather than 7 it decreases to 4, rather than 7 it increases to 8.3. In that case, to adjust the soil again less than 7, that purpose we have to add the some adjust the pH. How we have to adjust the pH? Let's see, students. If soil is more acidic, the soil contain the more acidic level, the pH level is decreases. In that condition, the pH level decrease means it is acidic. It is neutralized by the calcium oxide, calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, etc. So these all are the base students. These all are base. So this base are the improve the pH from 4 to less than 7. Right, students? So experimentally observe here, students, whatever we discuss, experimentally observe here. The 2 gram of the soil added to the 5 ml of water in a test tube, and the filter the content, and then throw the filter paper. You may use the beaker in which you may use here the water, and this water in which you may add the soil, right? Mixture of water and soil is exist here, right? So this is the funnel in which we kept the filter paper. So these solutions are added here. Whatever the solid soil is there, they are trapped on the filter paper, remaining solution on the test tube. So that is a filtrate, right? Then what we have to do, students, next, after filtrating this solution in which you may add the universal indicator, then pH changes to the bright red, it means it is the acidic, or dark red, it is more acidic, strong acidic, right students? So such acidic pH are neutralized by adding calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate and calcium oxides, right students? So this is the experimental observation. Okay students, the second one is the pH in the survival of animals. Our body pH is 7.9 to 7.8 body pH, it means it is a basic nature, and some reason pH ranges get disturbed, the body of the persons are affected, right? Similarly, the aquatic animals are there in the lake or pond etc. within the narrow range of pH changes. If the small change in pH, the aquatic animals are living in water, they have some pH, that if the value change in pH, then the whatever the fishes, tortoise and some other creatures are present, they are very difficult to survive in the water with narrow change in pH value, right students? So when the acid rain is fall down, the acid rain pH is 5.6, right? So the acid rain lower the pH lake and pond water. When acid rain fall down, the acid rain are mixed with the pond water or river water, then the pH of the lake, pH of the pond waters are decreases. Then if pH decreases means it is more acidic, so that's why it is very difficult to survive the aquatic animals in the water. So therefore some country in which when the acid rain is fall down, after that some countries have the passing the calcium carbonate into the lake, or calcium carbonate into the pond, because this is the basic nature which is the reduce acidity and neutralize the acidity, right students, and prevent the killing of fishes in the lakes. So one more is the some the insects are there, for self defense purpose they having their they are releasing the own acid while biting. So some defense by the analyzed plant insect inject the acid and base and causes the painful and irritations. For example, honeybees. The honeybees when inject the liquid, when it bite, it inject the liquid into our skin. Then what happens when our skin is swelling, the swelled area becomes reddish and it causes the irritation and pain causes, because it releasing the kind of acid in our skin. So that's why it the giving the sensation of pain and irritations. So this, if whenever the honeybees, when you bite on your skin, then what you have to do, you have to apply on that area, sting the portion is rubbed with baking soda, that is sodium hydrogen carbonate. When you rub it with the sodium hydrogen carbonate, it relieves from the pain and reduce the swelling also, right students? So baking soda act as a base, neutralize the injected by sting and cancel. So when the honeybees the inject the some acid in our skin, the acid is it is injecting the acid, it neutralized by the some base, so that is the baking soda. Right, students? When the swab, okay students, one more thing, the when the wasp is a type of insect, when this insect is inject the alkaline solution or base, it is neutralized by the vinegar. The wasp is a type of the insect, students. When it bite in our skin, while it biting, it injecting the type of the chemicals, a type of the base it releasing. So that base is neutralized by the vinegar. When whatever the stinged portion is there, the stinged portion is rubbed with the vinegar, so it is neutralize the acid and relief from give relief from the pain. So one more thing, the stinged methanoic acid, what is the ant is there, students? Ant which is releasing, when ant bite on our in our skin, it releasing the methanoic acid. So methanoic acid, which is the giving the burning sensation, pain, it is neutralized by the again baking soda. Right, students? So this is about the today topic, students. I hope you understood. If you find any doubt, then ask me, students. Thank you so much.